Welcome to the Wrestling Fan and Wrestling Show. I'm the big beefy boy, Shaz Beef, and this is my fellow Old Buck in Morro. Matching colours today.
Your voice there.
Old Buck in Morro. Matching colours.
Yeah, we look good.
We look like a tag team.
We do look like a tag team.
This is what a tag team should be.
We could be a tag team.
What would we call ourselves?
The Beefy Boys.
Or the Old Bucks.
The Old Bucks.
Yeah. Going up against the Young Bucks.
Yeah. And we get like...
That'd be generational.
It would be generational. And...
Like Generation Me.
Are we older than them? Generation Me, good reference, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I know my wrestling stuff. Who needs the draw, Johnny Morris?
Who needs the draw?
We do. I miss him.
The A-team is back.
Yeah, I miss him.
I miss Johnny Morris.
I miss him.
Wish he was here.
Yeah. What about Gherkins?
Oh, my jacket got covered in paint yesterday.
Oh, no.
I didn't notice that.
What about Gherkins?
Gherkins. You'd miss him around the place, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd miss him around
I
the
know
place.
people, like, what would McDonald's be without the gherkins? Even though if you don't like them,
I eat the gherkins.
I eat the gherkins. I'll eat people's gherkins that they take off the burger.
I
I've
think
done that.
McDonald's have just about the right amount of gherkins.
Okay.
You know, I wanted to get a Supermax yesterday and they were closed in Barack Obama Plaza, Shen.
You know, Gherkins himself got 3 double cheeseburgers yesterday.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
On the way down.
3
of them. I was there with me less than 5% fat beef, 2 boiled eggs in a wrap, no sauce, eating it, and he's eating 3 double cheeseburgers.
You know
And
what?
then on the way back from Limerick, was like, well, we're going to Supermax and need a burger. And it was closed.
It was closed. It was heartbreaking. So I went to Limerick to see the wrestling show.
It was a good wrestling show last
Very
night.
good wrestling show.
I'm quite tired. It was a long day.
Yeah, I'd say a long day. Like, I was tired getting home. I left Kilkenny at 4:30, got back at like 12:30 or something.
Yeah, I didn't. I wouldn't work it anyway. But Frankie wasn't on the card.
Yeah.
But his tag team partner Sem was over in Spain in the main event.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, for the Resist title against another Irishman and TJ Charles.
Oh, based in Barcelona.
Based in
TJ
Barcelona,
Charles.
yeah.
I seen him against he had a right good match with Big Damo and Drogheda at the time.
But it was a big show, very fun show. It felt like it's like OTT's back.
It did have a feeling of
Like the crowd was
hot.
Sometimes it doesn't come across on the VOD how hot it
It's
is.
hard to mic a crowd, like especially when you're going to like different style of venues the whole time. You know, you could be in KRFC is one thing, the stadium's a different thing, then you're in a hotel ballroom type thing.
It's been a mad couple of weeks though. Like, you know, we had the JD McDonough seminar. We had Jim Smallman, former Progress owner, WWE International Talent Scout, giving us a seminar. He was
Seen
at
him
the
at
show,
the show last
so
night,
I was just chatting to him. It's fucking, we're living it. Like, an associate of ours, E.S. Tate, got his face spat in by Carlito Caribbean Cool and LJ Cleary. Both of them showed up on WWE this year.
Yeah,
LJ in
and
Backlash, and then Carlito obviously was in the Judgment Day. Like, what timeline are we living in?
LJ is like the first match announced for WrestleMania weekend.
It's fucking nuts, man.
And Henderson showed he's wrestling Jonathan Gresham. Yeah,
Oh man, we live in a weird world.
Yeah, so
like for that show, I was shooting promos for guys involved in a promo, doing a backstage interview that was like produced by Jim Smallman because he was there giving us advice.
Sick.
I was like, this guy was writing for NXT. He's
he was
written
NXT UK as well, wasn't
he's
he?
written promos for John Cena, and he's here like. It's just so weird. Diane printed off Carlito's 8x10s. I did the ad for the show, like Limerick. Yeah, people don't know that's me. If you ever come across,
Well, actually,
OTT Carlo.
You didn't tell us that for ages, and then I was watching on them. I was like, "Wait, that's Shane."
Shane, yeah.
I was like, "He didn't tell us this. Why do my glasses keep fogging up?"
Killarney,
Cool. Welcome to Killarney.
Limerick.
Yeah.
Let's try this again, shall we?
It was a really good show.
Fucking fantastic.
Lorenzo
show.
Rose opener with
So good.
James Ellis.
Such a good face.
What a match that was.
What a face.
I started off like a nice, slow, lot of heel shtick from Ellis. You know, my kind. I loved the heel shtick early in the match.
80s.
And relay his shit. And then once they got going, the place actually came unglued.
We need to see more Ellis. I think the reason why Ellis wasn't over before
from the start,
because Renzo was Ellis when he was a heel, so you didn't need 2 Renzos.
Yeah,
but now Renzo's like one of the best baby faces.
Where's that? Ellis is English, is he?
He's Welsh.
Welsh,
man.
Very good wrestler
From the Valleys.
Yeah,
he's like every champion in Wales.
Yeah. He's very
not a bad match on the card though.
No bad matches.
There was enough like
Raven Creed. Oh,
fucking fantastic.
So good.
It's going to be up on OTT on demand. Yeah. Go check it out. Go support Irish wrestling. We love it. As we consistently say, support your local indie. But like just get to a live show.
Go to live wrestling.
Live wrestling is where it's at. Like TV wrestling pisses you off. Live wrestling
Trend
is where
7 with the kids. How great was that?
getting them to chop the shit out of Matthew. We're not going to spoil too much of the show, but just go check it out. What do you think of this?
This is cool.
The old Hasbro ring. We were talking about Hazzies last week.
And you didn't put the ropes on yet?
No, so what we're doing is Matthew, the editor, is restoring it.
Oh, cool.
He's going to do like a video of
a restoration.
Yeah, he's like a 3D printer. I think I only have 10 turnbuckles out of 12 matches.
Hey, my eyes played a trick on me last night where I was sitting where I thought the bottom rope on two sides of the rings had fallen off.
It could have.
It didn't.
Okay.
It just, my eyes played a trick.
I've been at wrestling shows where the bottom rope is so loose. IWW, the bottom rope's so loose that it just falls off.
There's no point in even having it there. Yeah. It was weird. It was where the eye line I had. I was like, did that rope fall off?
Yeah. Got a good reaction to last week's podcast, 4-man booth. Everyone seems to love it.
Yeah, we were 49th most listened to wrestling podcast in the world last week.
And that's only on, like, audio. That's not on the video.
Not sure.
Because the RSS feed isn't connected to the YouTube, so, like, we could be up to 46.
We could be.
And we were down 9 places.
We were down 9 places from the week before.
Thank you so much. This means a lot to us.
Yeah.
I've had people like come up and go, "Oh, you do the podcast?" Or
it happens to me at the wrestling shows all the time because I'm in the crowd. Like you're backstage.
Carvin can't wait for you to start training, man.
Waited for him in the car park last night. No sign of him. No sign of him. I was like, that. Right, Carvin, I'm in the car park. Where are you?
He took some fucking canes to the back, didn't he?
Big time. That was such a great match.
It was a brilliant
match. Steve Savage lad is deadly as well.
Yeah,
I'd never seen him live before.
No, he's down in Hard Knocks. I also did a promo voiceover for him and Terry Thatcher for their main event.
They're on tonight in the main event, isn't it?
I'm all over it, man. I'm all over it. I love wrestling.
Who's on that? Galacini's on that show. Met him last night. Great lad.
Really nice guy.
Yeah.
Really
great
nice
chap.
guy. The Bosch Bros, so much fun.
Were they there last night?
They were there last night. They were doing ring crew.
I had them in me.
I was talking to him about it.
In wrestling fan.
I think Jay was like a champion or something of a different promotion.
He's holding every. He's basically holding every.
You never put them as a tag team, though, have you?
I did in the tag team tournament. Yeah.
You need to push them. They're good guys.
No, I am going to put because. Spoiler alert! We're getting towards having weekly TV.
Yeah,
and that'll open up.
Speaking of weekly TV, All Elite Morro was meant to be weekly. What the fuck is happening? You're taking hiatuses all over.
I'm on a hiatus. I currently have no recording studio.
Yeah,
that should be fixed by Wednesday this week.
Okay, so not this won't probably be out till Tuesday or whatever. But
yeah, it'll be. If this is out Tuesday, it'll be an All Elite Morro the next month. Yeah,
you could have just done it in my house.
I could have. I thought of that. But no. I'll have my own. My company's moving offices, and I'm going to have a little set up in there for myself in the office.
You're going to get some Frankie merch done.
I'm going to get lots of shit done.
Yeah. Like we've an in now to the wrestling. I get Diane to do the printing for the 8x10s.
Yeah.
I'll do the filming for the promos. You do the clothes.
And look, anyone else want t-shirts by
Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show, man.
I want t-shirts. I'll sit there and print 50 t-shirts.
50 t-shirts. If you want any Wrestling Fan Wrestling t-shirts, give us a shout. I know we're on Redbubble, but we can get Morro to print them now. So
and I can do them cheaper than Redbubble.
Yeah, like I only make €2 off. Like
we'll make more, and it'll be cheaper for
and better quality probably.
Oh, they would do it. Yeah. Well, actually, do you know what?
Redbubble are good quality.
I was surprised at how good the quality was on it. Because a lot of them websites, quality shit.
Yeah, no, Redbubble's great.
Yeah.
It's really good.
As someone who does that.
Gilligan t-shirts or whatever, they're top class.
Well, the ones I use are actually the same ones that OTT buy, Beachfield.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I bought a little hat for myself last night, and I checked the tag on it.
Beachfield.
It was Beachfield. I said, they're good quality. Okay. Because they're the ones I get.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Anyway, speaking of quality, you need to be a top guy or used to be a world champion.
Yeah, I floated this idea to you last night.
Yeah.
And now I don't know what I'm going to say about it, because I've been flip-flopping back and forth.
Well, we're basically going to talk about the prestige of titles. Yeah, not belts. As Jim Solomon told us, they're not belts, they're titles. And that's not a directive from WWE. It's just a way to enhance. Like when people think of belts, they think of the belt that I have on my pants. Up. Yeah, so titles, it actually makes sense. Huh?
Yeah, I get that.
But the prestige of a world title, the mid-card titles, tag team titles, it seemed for a while, probably when Roman had it, and I'm only talking about WWE now at this stage, but when Roman had it, it seemed like it was regaining prestige.
I agree.
So did like when Gunther had the Intercontinental title.
I agree.
But there just seems to be, again, that it just doesn't seem that they don't seem that important. And I don't know whether that's because consistently the history has been built on, so you're having ex-champions all the time, so it doesn't really matter.
What do you mean,
Like you're adding people to
your lineage?
Yeah, to your lineage,
okay, yeah.
So it's not special. Whereas like, you know, in the early 90s, the Intercontinental title was special because it flip-flopped a bit in the early 90s.
It did flip-flop a bit, but also, like, here's the thing I always think about. When I'm doing the booking of the Total Extreme Honor, right? And you're trying to build...
Paying for that sponsorship.
Yeah. So, like, the way I try and, like, think about, like, because you want to keep your title strong and have, like, protected lineage and blah, blah, blah. And... like, the way I think about it is, you can do short reigns that feel impactful.
Yeah.
But you do need to intersperse it with these kind of long, like, what you would in your mind view as, like, you're aiming for it to be an iconic reign.
Yeah. Well, I think, like, transitional champions do have their spot. I know when Edge won it for 3 weeks, I thought that was... I was kind of pissed at the time, but I was like, okay, Edge won it for 3 weeks. That's kind of cool that he had it for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I think Drew's reign is going to be short now.
I do think that's going to... You predicted it. And I agreed with you that it was something that... like, because, like, you felt with Cody's reign, it had kind of never got off this current... well, it's not current now, he just lost it.
But it's because they don't have... Challengers, yeah.
That's a big part of it.
They don't elevate people. I know they tried to do it with Braun Breaker, but they never, like, pulled the trigger. Imagine giving Braun that title for 3 weeks and then Punk winning it back. It makes Punk look like... defeated, kind of like the Mox thing, which Punk didn't want to do.
Yeah,
you know, when he lost to Mox in like record time, and then
brought in the solicitors to negotiate.
But then beat him.
Yeah, and it, like, that turned into, because with Punk's injury that time, they had a very short build to that match. If you remember, it's like, I think they had 2 or 3 week build, and you know, Mox had the idea of, let's do the fucking Rocky thing, like, you know, where I just fucking smack you on Dynamite, and then we do the long match, and you overcome me on All In, I think it was. That's where Brawl In. Brawl Out. Yeah, it was All Out. And I felt like that was like a really good, short storyline. And it also had the kind of thing of tidying up the lineage of that title, because that got very messy that time.
Because, like... Was that when Punk was the real world's champion? Or, no, that was after.
Later. After. This is when... Punk broke his foot.
Hangman broke his foot for diving into the crowd,
and Mox became interim champion in the tournament.
I hate that. Like, the women's title in AEW got very kind of convoluted for a while as well.
It did, yeah, because what's her name, Thunder Rosa got injured, and then
Toni Storm was the interim.
She was interim, and you know, and like those kind of things. Like, I think, like, AEW started off with such a strong lineage and such a clear hierarchy of where the title stood. And the title was the main focus of the promotion throughout, like, the first, like, you know, you went Jericho into Mox, into Omega, into Hangman, into Punk, and then the Punk thing happened with the injury and all. And to me, the title really kind of got a bit muddied there, and especially towards
like, because Mox was in term, and then Punk won it, and then Punk was gone again, and then Mox won it. Mox came back and won it again.
And then Max won it from Mox. Yeah. And, like, obviously their plan was Punk holds it and Max beats Punk. That was the clear storyline from their feud earlier in the year. But I think, and this is where WWE have made mistakes over the years. I think they've done better in the last few years with how they're treating the perception of the title. If we go back to the Hangman reign, his first title reign. So Hangman beats Omega, incredible match, great storyline, and his first few defenses are like this, like, prestige. He's against Danielson, big main events, and then what ended up happening was the Punk MJF storyline got so hot.
That became the but that's what you almost want. So, like, this is the argument that I'm going to make. I think there only should be one, like, and we've talked about too many titles, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to kind of, like, fly in the face of that and advocate for maybe even more titles. if this makes sense, right?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Okay, because I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, just move it. And then I was like, this is what you do. This is what I do. Blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, oh, shit, I might have more titles now. How did this happen? You make your world champions, whether that be the world heavyweight champion for the men's, for the women's, and the tag titles.
Yes.
They are not exclusive to brands. They are your overarching world champions. You create feuds on these brands to, like, it could be Raw 1 month, you create qualifiers or whatever and go, this is the number one contender, or you can create like Raw v SmackDown where the number one contenders of these two shows have to go against each other for the opportunity to feud with the world champion. So that means the world champion is going to be on SmackDown for a while, or he could be on Raw for a while, depending. You can flip-flop. By doing that, I think you elevate your mid-card titles. So you elevate the Intercontinental and the US title in both the women's and men's division.
And you can have them brand specific.
As they're almost like what the world titles are now. But they become immediately more important. And I know what they are designed to do is to get you to the world title stage, right? And you're going to have a slew of main event talent that can't compete for the world title by proxy of it's not brand exclusive. It's going to be on one brand, one time one. So that might become almost like a world title of that brand. So you have the Raw.
Remember they kind of did that with Rollins and the Intercontinental title one time when Brock was the world champion?
But that's what you do, right? So you make that like Raw is for all the world the top title. Like the Intercontinental title is the top title of Raw. And the US title is the top title of SmackDown. And then
your world
the WWE is the top
that.
title above all else, right? So it's like Premier League, Serie A, Champions League.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you do that with your world tag titles. You do that with the women's championship, right? The world.
So do you end up having Raw and SmackDown tag titles and the world title?
No,
okay.
Right? But what I'd be advocating for then is almost like a TV title on each brand. So the people who are competing for the Intercontinental and the US title still have like a driven narrative to work towards, because you'll see like Penta and you're like, he's never getting to the world title stage or whatever.
Well, he could be a great challenger for it.
Yeah, he could be, but like if he had the TV title, and they're always defended, like the US title is now, always defended every single week, right? Always. That's what the TV title is for. And then you have stories been driven around the Intercontinental and the US title, whatever, and then the further one for the world title. Or if you don't do TV titles, make it the way, say, Raw used to have.
Edit a really complicated graphic on the screen.
but or make it in a way that, and this is what I was advocating for AEW, is that SmackDown and Raw have a bit of a different identity. So back in the day, you used to have the hardcore title on one and the cruiserweight title on the other.
Yeah.
So you can do stuff like that and put your cruiserweights on SmackDown or whatever. I know that might feel like there's more titles, but it doesn't maybe take up as much time as the titles that they have there, and you get an influx of new characters with new motivations. Mm-hmm. So like tag teams, like you don't get frivolous title reigns either. Like there's throwaway. Like I even hate the fact that it's like John Cena never seen 17, and I was like, yeah, but it was in a time when there was two world titles in the same company. It wasn't like when Ric Flair did it, like when it was NWA, and then he became the top guy at WCW, then became the top guy of a different company in WWF. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
and also with Flair's like the NWA stuff.
Yeah. Like
he
that
was the champion of 15 territories where people were voting like
against him actively, probably. Yeah. And
like,
you had Fritz von Erich going, I think Kerry should win.
Yeah.
Now I know like that
and
was
David.
Only,
he was advocating for David.
Yeah. Well, I know that was only like a 3-week title reign, and that adds to the
and it gives Flair another one. And yeah.
But like I always seen like Cena's reigns, or like seeing that Charlotte Flair's on 14 women's titles. I was like, or she debuted like 10 years ago, you know?
But you know,
or like Randy Orton on 14. And I remember him and Triple H. It started off like Triple H was the champion, and Randy won it, and then Triple H won. And that was in like the same night.
Yeah. And like Rey Mysterio losing to Cena and like
Rey Mysterio.
I think actually a thing, and you know, some people might vehemently disagree with this. I think that something that has really hurt the lineage of the titles is actually the Money in the Bank.
I was going to bring that up too. Yeah.
I was thinking about this because I floated this idea with you yesterday at the show about should we.
That's the first thing I thought of. The Money in the Bank.
I was driving home trying to think. I was like driving home Limerick on my own, grand, nice. You know, I love driving on my own, and this is when I come up with all my hot takes. And I was driving home, and I was like, fuck, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. I floated this idea and I don't have that many ideas for it. And I was like, that fucking Money in the Bank has really done a job on the lineage of the titles.
Yeah.
Between things like somebody wins the title, gets instantly cashed in on, and you end up having 3 champions on the same date. So you have like
the Shield. Didn't they all have the world
on the same night?
Yeah.
I think that happened. And then, but also this year,
one had it going in, losing it to the other, and then there was a cash in.
Yeah,
and you're like, what?
Yeah.
That's
and also bullshit. It happened this year. Gunter brought the title in, the other title, the fake world title, into SummerSlam, lost it to Punk, who Rollins cashed in on.
Yeah.
So you have Gunter, Punk, Rollins same night. Like, is Punk like a 5-time world champion, 6-time?
Yeah. Well, like this is also amazing. Like, what's Austin? What's Rock?
Austin's 5, isn't he?
Yeah. What's Undertaker? Right.
Undertaker is 7.
Yeah, like, and he folded over into the time of 2 world titles.
2 titles, yeah.
Like Foley was 3.
Yeah.
You know,
God.
Like the best. Brett. Like, how many times did Brett have it? Shawn.
I think Brett only has 4.
Exactly. You know, Hogan doesn't. Well, like in WWF, like doesn't have it a whole lot. He held it for a long time.
I think he has the same as Austin, 5. I think.
Yeah. Whereas Edge has like 14, and you're like,
does Edge have 14?
Yeah, like think about something like that. Think about like all the times it jumped back and forth, Money in the Bank cash-ins, these kind of things. Like you're kind of going, would Miz have been the world champion in the Attitude Era?
No,
and if the answer is no, well then
you're not a world champion.
No, well, no, you are a world champion,
like,
but your world champions don't mean as much as it did then.
Yeah.
Now, maybe that's just a sign of the times or whatever, but like, he wouldn't have been a WWE, or he wouldn't have been a world champion in WWF or WCW.
No.
You know what I mean? So you're kind of going, they don't mean as much then.
And because
you don't treat, I know they're props.
Yes.
But like,
they weren't always treated as props.
Yeah.
They were treated as the ultimate prize.
Yeah. Like that. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you look like a Breaking Bad and you look at was it Blue? The blue crystal meth.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you treat that as not like a big thing, like none of it matters.
Oh, the whole show.
Because that's the main, that's your main plot device.
Yeah.
Everyone goes around that and money, but you don't get the money without that.
Yeah.
Like that's what Walter White makes. That's what makes him valuable.
That's what makes him different.
That's what everyone wants.
And that's what the cops are looking for.
And that, exactly.
Yeah.
But if you make that not important, then it doesn't matter what anybody else does.
Yeah.
Because their motivations are like, I don't really, like, that's not important. Why are they motivated to get that?
What's the big deal here?
Exactly. Yeah. But you make that such a hot, rare commodity that people wanted in your story. That invests you in it.
Here's another thing. That's kind of connected to what you're saying.
That's a really good analogy, I think. Thanks. I made it up as I went along.
I know you got there.
Thank you.
It kind of distracted me from my. Yeah, here's my point. So, and your analogy stirred this point within me.
Stirred it.
I've been kind of on this theory recently about like fans, the wink, wink, nudge, nudge fans taking over North American wrestling, and there not being this like genuine engagement with pro wrestling
because that's what they've been.
They've been trained that way, and like that's why I gave the MJF Mystical match my match of the year, because I felt the audience were like
genuine,
like willing to cry, and you get it quite often in Japan as well, like this like outpouring of real emotion,
and that's why real indie wrestling is great, because like
it's not this wink wink nudge nudge thing.
Yeah, because no one's I know everyone loves the big, but like a lot of people at local indie events are sitting there for the first time, and they're like experiencing it.
And they're going, this is insane.
Yeah, and they're like, fall season.
I always go back to, it's still the best match I've seen live was the Devlin Walter one, where Walter beat Devlin for the OTT title. And like, the crowd were insane and they kind of got that with Be Cool last year as well. And there was a bit of it last night there with Trent versus Bullet. With the Walter Devlin one, to me, was like the crowd were roaring for Devlin, and like you were genuine. People were engaged. They weren't thinking about like what cool chant can we do. There was none of that. It was
There was a few of them there last night.
Yeah, but
most of it seemed like a genuine reaction. Yeah.
And like you're going to get that particularly in like undercard matches and stuff. You know, especially if the match is designed to be right. This is kind of our comedy match on the show, and like OTT are lucky when they want to do their kind of comedy match, but have a really good match at the same time. Just get BDE out into the ring, and it's fucking unreal, like, you know. But like that Walter Devlin match, when Walter pinned Devlin. And this wasn't in, like, I've never been back in an OTT show, and this is like a GA hall somewhere. The way the sound, like, was sucked out of the room, there was just this deafening silence, and Walter's there, and Walter, like, I'm talking, not Gunter, skinny Gunter, I'm talking big old man-titty Walter.
Man-titty Walter.
And he's just there, like, and there was just, like, silence, and his music is playing, you're like, fuck. That was, and then they did the rematch.
I imagine the streak.
Oh, yeah, probably like because that was genuine as well.
Yeah, I remember going like, I remember like sitting and watching with non-wrestling fans. They were like, "Oh yeah, we'll watch WrestleMania." I was like, "Cool." And they were like, "Oh, Brock Lesnar and Undertaker." I was like, "Oh,
the Undertaker's winning."
Yeah, like Brock's definitely not breaking the streak. He's just after losing to like Triple H and John Cena in the past few years. Like he's not beat, and then he beats it and becomes like a generational fucking
the top draw for 10 years.
Yeah.
And so to get back to my thing of like, so we've established now this the crowd thing, right? So we entered somewhere in the like 2010s, somewhere along the line, this "you deserve it" era, where everyone deserves a title reign. And Bray Wyatt wins the title, and the crowd are out the next night, and Bray's a heel, and they're chanting, "You deserve it. You deserve your title run." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, so many people got title runs of that were almost like thank you for your service. Not you're our top guy. Kofi. And like, this isn't a shot at Kofi, because that was like, what a moment that was, right? And brilliant. And like, Bryan Danielson was just unbelievable in that feud, and Kofi was excellent.
And I think Kofi only gets mentioned because the follow up wasn't good.
Yes, but it's not just Kofi. Yeah. There's so many others that you could slot into this category.
Ray,
even back as far as Ray after Eddie died. Yeah, probably. Because again, follow up. No, Benoit felt like, so the Benoit and Guerrero thing happening at the same time. That felt like WrestleMania 20. Were kind of, the Attitude Era is naturally coming to an end now. We need new top guys. So the Benoit and Guerrero thing felt like
new era,
an effort to establish a new era that didn't quite actually happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it's like
the new era was probably the next year with Cena and Batista.
Them, yeah. But they tried to do it there, so that kind of made sense. It was like, right, we're going to put Guerrero's going over Lesnar, and who did he beat? And Angle at WrestleMania. So Guerrero beats Lesnar the month before, beats Angle at Mania, and then we're going to have Benoit beat Michaels and Triple H, and we're going to establish our new era, and these are going to be our top guys.
I genuinely don't think they were going to be the top guys.
No, but
I think they were used to establish the next top. Like, because Randy Orton beats
Benoit,
who loses to Triple H at Unforgiven, who loses to Batista,
and
Eddie loses to JBL, who loses to Cena.
Yeah, now that might have been kind of their semi long term plan all along, but whatever it was,
maybe it was Cena anyway.
Maybe it wasn't that we're establishing our next top guys.
I think Cena and Orton were going to be the next.
Probably Cena and Orton and Batista kind of crept in just by being so charismatic,
and by proxy of Orton's title run failing
as well. Yeah, that's actually a big part. So, but to me, that was like they weren't here, guys. You two have been brilliant your whole careers. We're going to give you world titles. It was we're going to.
I kind of felt that with Benoit.
Did you? I didn't.
Not so much Eddie, because the story drove it, but I kind of felt that with Benoit, because I remember feeling at the time going, he definitely deserves a world title run.
Yeah, maybe.
Whereas Eddie, it was like, yes, fucking Eddie's won the title.
When Eddie beat Lesnar, I watched that live. I was like, fucking lost my mind. But
would they have become a champion in the Attitude Era? Like, or not? I know it's weird to say by the Attitude Era, but using the metrics of the Attitude Era, where there's one world champion, there's Eddie and Benoit.
Well, like, I could see it if they had come over from WCW earlier, and had gotten over, then like they both had like top guy ability and potential.
Okay, but Miz doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Like, let's be honest.
Kevin Owens.
Again, I would have both of those in that Eddie and Benoit category of if you pushed. Like, are you telling me that had they pulled the trigger on Sami Zayn's in that Roman match and actually
it would have been Eddie Guerrero
as a top guy?
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero.
He could have been a top guy there, though.
Yeah,
like he showed in that feud that he had the ability.
That also messes the Cody story.
It does mess the Cody story, and like WWE looked into something there.
It just seemed like when they introduced the two titles, especially up until Roman's reign, that it didn't really matter. Like AJ Styles, when he won the world title, I was like, AJ Styles is WWE champion, but I was also like, I don't really care about the WWE championship. Like,
yeah, did it? Like there was a period there.
Remember WCW when everyone was winning the world title? It was like you fucked your world title, bro.
Well, like the year was it 99 or 2000 had like 7 world champions or something.
Like no, it was 7 in a month.
They definitely had
because
5
he
in a
won it
month.
like 5 in the same year, within a few months of each other. Jeff Jarrett was the champion.
I think they had 5 in a month at one stage.
Yeah,
Scott Steiner.
I think Steiner, Russo was the champion. David Arquette was the champion. Like, it took away what made that special. Now, I'm sure it was special for the person.
Yeah, sorry, to finish my point there, just before we move on. So the You Deserve It thing has diluted the lineage of titles and also meant that so often that, like, let's go to the Kofi thing, right? Because he wins the world title, but he's not the top guy.
Brock says.
And yeah, clearly. And then, so you're positioning your world title.
But how many times does that happen with Punk? He's been world champion. He wasn't top guy.
Loads of times.
Him and Danielson had a world title match, and the main event of that was John Cena and John Laurinaitis.
In obviously a non-title match, yeah.
Well, John Laurinaitis.
Yeah.
But like...
that was egregious.
Yeah.
That was egregious, because the Danielson Punk match was excellent.
It was all right, but like...
They had a better match at
John
different
Laurinaitis
stage.
and John Cena was 5 stars, man.
Yeah, of course was, yeah.
When you're talking about You Deserve It, what about Goto?
Well, see, to me there now, that's actually a really good fucking, a really good point.
Thanks.
So,
I'm full of them today.
Goto, in my opinion, never would have been world champion.
Okay.
Except for the fact that they lost Jay White, Ospreay, Okada, fucking Tanahashi at that stage. Somehow Naito. Well, Naito was still around, but he was on the way out and his knees were fucked.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Gone.
But they've lost all these.
So they lost all those. So, like, because Goto's story for years, as long as I was watching New Japan, Goto's story was, I'm always this fucking close and I'm never going to get it. And I think that was the plan was he was going to retire as the guy that could just never get there. But then the landscape of the company fucking shifted. They lost all their top guys and they're left with Goto and Zack Sabre Jr., who for years, and like this hurt the lineage of that title, right? For years, both, and I think Goto and Zack Sabre Jr. are fucking excellent wrestlers. But for years, they were like the guys who gave their champion a really good match.
Yeah.
But they were never going to be champion. And then you have a year where the company is focused around them as champions, and perception from the crowd is like, but these are the guys who could never beat the previous generation. And now the previous generation is gone and we're left with something lesser.
Yeah.
And even though like Goto actually like had some great matches as champion, Zack had some like superb matches as champion, it was still a thing of like, this is hurting that title because they're not. I've been told I'm watching New Japan a decade. I've been told that they're nearly guys, and I always felt that Zack might get a reign here, but I always thought as well though at the other side of that Goto's going to retire as the guy who could just
that's
not
a
quite
nice
get
story.
There. It is a nice story. If I was a wrestler, I think one of the best stories you could have is.
They nearly did it with Tommy Dreamer in ECW as well.
They did, and that you can't.
He did it with Raven and then the title.
And that enhances the prestige of the title. That there are guys like Goto, clearly great wrestler, who has loads of ability and the crowd love, and he can't even get the title. So therefore, it doesn't there's none of this You Deserve It thing. It's you have to be a fucking top guy to hold this title.
I remember when we did a podcast of wrestlers who were never world champion, and you're like, they probably would have all gotten
in
world
this
title.
era,
Yeah.
Scott Hall would have been a 5-time world champion.
Yeah, like Jake Roberts, Mr. Perfect, and
Five each for the two of them.
like crazy.
And
Roddy
Piper, and like that's what makes the title prestigious.
Yeah.
It's not so much the people who hold the title.
Yeah.
It's the caliber of
and
the
it
people
genuinely
who
like
don't.
every time there's a title change, it almost feels like there's a passing of the torch.
Yes.
It's like Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6.
Yeah.
Warrior lost to Slaughter. Slaughter loses it to Hogan. Okay. Failed
back-
experiment.
yeah.
We need another
We
passing
tried-
of
we
the
tried
torch.
something.
Oh, Flair's here now.
We'll put it on Flair.
Macho Man wins it. Okay. Flair wins it again. Brett wins it. Oh, here we go.
Here's the passing of
Oh,
the torch.
Yoko wins it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's back to Hogan.
And because like the Hogan thing
Back to
there,
Yoko!
yeah, like
Back to Brett.
the thing there is though that like you can
Back to Bob Backlund.
so clearly like he had what 6
8
days?
days. Is it 8? 6? Okay.
6. Lost to Diesel then.
Yeah.
He beat Brett.
He lost in 8 seconds. That's what it was. A few days later.
You're right. Yeah. But like, those
Great promo after he won it as well. That's very serious.
so good.
Yeah.
But they all felt like kind of era-defining title changes. Like the only real era-defining title change I can remember in years
Cody.
is Cody.
Yeah.
That felt like, okay, we're actually moving into a new era of the company.
Yeah.
And the thing with that title there was Roman, what did he hold it for? 3 years?
4.
4 years? But that was 2 titles that he merged.
Yeah, he merged it and then they created another title off because
Like, this thing doesn't help. Like, they could have had a really clean lineage there of, he's your WWE World Heavyweight
they've
Champion.
done this a few
for 4
times.
years.
Like they've like unified the title. Remember Bryan Danielson had the 2 titles.
Yeah.
Like that was unified because John Cena and Randy Orton had a fucking TLC match, and you're like, yeah, right, cool. You're unifying the titles,
But then
amazing.
You split them.
And then you split them again.
And you don't split
then you
them,
unify them again.
And then you don't split them by the champion losing one of them. You just create a new
like
one.
I know people love boxing and stuff, but there's too many titles within boxing.
Look, that Shane, I've been a fan of boxing. I got my first subscription to the Boxing Monthly magazine when I was 12 years of age in 1999. I have in my garage at home these plastic containers of 12 per year. And I have about 10 years over there. This is 1999. In the Boxing Monthly magazine, when I was 12 years of age in 1999, people were complaining there's too many world fucking titles. Like, this is a thing that's going on.
And they're your
30
top
years.
titles. They're not even your secondary titles.
There's a million secondary titles.
Well, the interesting thing to point out, and it only came into my consciousness when I was doing the Mike Awesome Bizarre video. Afterwards, I was like, Mike Awesome was a fucking great ECW world champion, right? Amazing.
Probably the best.
Such a destroyer. Yeah, like he really sticks out as like fucking great, right? What a world title reign. What a world championship to say I was the ECW world champion. I know there's people like Just Incredible in there or whatever. But when he goes to WCW and they bury him, do you think that was conscious
To hurt the other title.
to hurt ECW?
Well-
to go, he was your world champion. He was your fucking destroyer.
Look at him here.
And now he's fucking the fat chick Thriller.
Yeah, well, I think there's certainly a part of that. And I don't know if that exact example is one of them. But Vince McMahon was notorious for that too.
Like Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dress him in-
he was your NWA
he was your
world champion?
He's wearing polka dots over here.
Yeah.
No, Dusty was so great, he made it fucking work.
But listening to like the Death of the Territories, like Vince did that with like loads of people.
So many times.
He was like, "Oh, he was your top guy here.
Yeah.
I've after bringing him in. He's a job guy.
He's a job guy here.
He's a job guy in comparison to my guys."
The Death of the Territories,
Fantastic book.
so good. Like the amount of times where guys champion in Florida, right, or wherever, fucking pick your territory, goes up to New York and is like eating pins in the opener,
Or like, yeah, but not even going to New York, like on show, like goes to WWF, but on shows in Florida.
Yeah,
looking like a fucking loser.
Yeah, Vince had put him in to job out someone in the opener.
Yeah, he's not as good as my guys.
Yeah, clearly. Look, and I suppose that was part of the war and the perception. I don't know. Like, I don't know if the Mike Awesome one was that, but it could have been.
It's a good tactic.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Especially in that era. Now that wouldn't work so much.
I don't think so. I think fans would get on it.
Like
WWE have like tried to elevate if anything, the AEW people that came over.
Oh, yeah. Like, if they brought over Hangman now and treated him as a job guy,
They would have probably under Vince's era. Well, maybe not towards the latter stages of the Vince's era, because he did bring in Cody.
As, basically, day one, we're presenting you as...
But, they bring in Jade, they bring in Cody, they bring in Punk, and they're all champions. Up until a few days ago, we're all world champions of their divisions.
And they all kept the exact presentation. Well, Punk is different, because... Yeah. But Cody and Jade came in with their exact presentation.
With reverence.
Yeah.
Which maybe mightn't have happened. Like, you've seen TNA guys come over, bar AJ, obviously.
AJ had to go to Japan for a few years. And also, the AJ thing was like... They treated him really well in the Rumble.
He was world champion within the first year.
6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in the Rumble. He won the title at SummerSlam.
Right, against Cena.
Yeah. Or did he win the title the month before and defend Cena? I can't remember. But he was champion by SummerSlam. But a part of that was, when they brought him in, there was no plan to push him like that. Vince just thought, this guy's... Vince didn't know fuck all about AJ, And then Vince seen him, and he's like, this guy's fucking awesome. Which... Of course, he was fucking awesome. 2016, he was
the man.
Him and if you look back at 2016,
it's weird he's in WWE 10 years now.
It's so weird. Doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
The two best wrestlers in the world.
Probably
in 2016.
in WWE longer than he was in TNA. Maybe no.
I think
TNA would have been. Yeah, TNA would have been what 2002
to 14.
Yeah. So 12 years.
02 to 14 would have been, or 01. 12 years. So he's another 2 years off. But the two best wrestlers in the world in 2016 were Omega and AJ Styles. And probably AJ slightly better, I would say, or had a slightly better year. But Vince saw AJ and was like, this guy is unbelievable. Where the fuck is he? Why haven't we had this guy years?
Yeah.
And they were like, Vince, you didn't want him. We've been telling you to sign this guy since fucking 2008, But to get back to, because the one thing that kind of stirred this idea in me for doing the title thing was New Japan recently at the New Year's Dash show. Do you remember a few years ago they scrapped the lineage of their fucking the IWGP heavyweight title, and they came up
with Brock Lesnar is the world champion,
and Kurt Angle, and they brought in a new belt with a terrible design. Terrible design.
That was when Ibushi had it, wasn't it?
Ibushi was the first. Yeah, he merged the Intercontinental and the World title, or the Intercontinental and the Heavyweight title, and came up with the World title, and a terrible design, and scrapped this
beautiful, elegant.
Oh, what a beautiful title!
Yeah,
and this amazing lineage.
Yeah,
you look at the lineage of that title, it's like a who's who of some of the greatest wrestlers who's ever fucking lived.
Like the NWA one before the 90s.
Exactly. Like this amazing lineage of champions. And they used to do the roll call before the matches. So when there was a world title match, a short video package used to play showing every champion ever. And it took 90 seconds. And each person, it'd be a rendering of Inoki with the title, and it'd be blah, 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 blah. And then they just scrapped it, and it's a new lineage, new title. Ibushi's the first champion. And it's I remember at the time people were like, what the fuck are you doing? Just blasting your own history.
Yeah.
You've spent 70 years building this fucking, or not 70, but you spent 50 years building this history, and now you're just going to nuke it, which is what they did. And then, so at New Year's Dash, then Tsuji comes out
and remerges them
with this big robe on, opens the robe, that old beautiful titles around his waist. Press conference afterwards, he says, I am the 89th or 87th, whatever it is, IWGP heavyweight champion. They've restored the lineage of the old one.
Have they included the...
They've included the 14.
Yeah.
I think there was 14 of the new one, we'll say. They've added that onto the end of the old one.
Well,
Ospreay tweeted out, oh, amazing, I am now the 79th IWGP heavyweight champion, or whatever.
Well, WWE do that with their unified belts, and you're like, oh, it's unified, so what the fuck does that mean? Oh, wait, no, they've introduced the World Heavyweight belt. Oh, is that the big gold belt?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I've then...
And WCW kind of had a bit of a fucky experience as well, because they had the big gold and they had the WCW heavyweight title as well.
Yeah.
That's the one. Ron Simmons never won the big gold.
Never held the big gold.
Yeah.
And you know what's really weird? I wonder, what's that thing called? It's like this psychological thing. Is it the Streisand effect? Or one of those things where you think... no, it's not Streisand, that's a different one.
Because I remember saying that on this podcast, and someone, it could have been Johnny Mortz or you, said, no, he had the big gold. I was like, no, he didn't.
clearly in my head see him with the big gold. He never held the big gold.
No.
He had that old smaller one.
Yeah, the one Rick Rude had.
And it's just like, but in my head, I have like a clear memory of seeing him hold the big gold.
Why do you think the AWA title gets enough reverence?
Well, like, you look at the lineage of that. It's a pretty fucking badass lineage.
Yeah.
Bockwinkel for years. Gagne, obviously. He was the booker.
Like, it was and it was a cool looking belt.
Kurt, Mr. Perfect, had it for...
Remember Jerry Lawler was like the AWA champion for a while because of there was like a merging of titles and...
Yeah,
like,
and he was... So Jerry used to go up from Memphis to AWA, won their title. And like, some of them old titles have such cool lineages when you look at the names on it. Like,
I can do like I'll tell you what, I can do like the WWF world title. Maybe not, like, I can tell you all like the champions up until 2007 probably. Like you can
go from Buddy Rogers up to like, see, when they introduced the two titles,
Bruno Sammartino, Stan Stasiak, Pedro Morales, Ivan Koloff, Superstar Billy Graham, Bob Backlund, Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan. Then you have the Andre Ted DiBiase thing.
Fiasco.
Fiasco. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Hogan
Ultimate Warrior. Then you go to Slaughter. Then you go to Ric Flair.
Brett.
Yoko. Ric Flair, Brett, Yoko.
Would it be Diesel?
Diesel would have been the next one. Shawn. No, it wouldn't have been Shawn. Oh, Shawn would have been the next.
Brett had it in between, but Shawn beat Brett at 12.
Shawn, Austin.
Was there no new champions between Shawn and Austin? No, there wasn't. You're right. Undertaker. We forgot Undertaker.
Oh, yeah, Undertaker. Yeah. Undertaker wins it in 92, sure. Yeah.
We forgot that one. Hogan won it back.
Then you have Sid.
Austin. Sid was in there, you get to Austin, then you go to the The Rock, then
Rock
Foley.
at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Then Foley.
Kane actually had it in between.
Kane had it. He won it in a first blood match.
Yeah. Then you get the
Triple H.
Rock, Foley, Triple H.
Vince McMahon
had it for a day.
Yeah. Big Show. Jeez. He won it at Survivor Series 1999.
Yeah. This one starts
Angle.
money.
He wins it in 2000. He wins 2000.
It.
He debuts in 99, so he wins it in 2000.
Yeah, he wins it within his
No
first
Mercy
year.
or Unforgiven or something like that. Then you have Lesnar.
Is he the next?
He wins it in 2002 at SummerSlam. Jericho.
He unified the titles in 2001. That's right.
Yeah, because you had
that one night 4-man tournament.
Yeah,
he beat The Rock and Austin.
Yeah. So Jericho. Then I know goes to Triple H, but Triple H goes to Hogan, and Hogan goes to The Undertaker, and The Undertaker loses it to Rock, and then The Rock loses it to Lesnar, who loses it to Big Show.
Yeah. That was all within 8-9 months. Fucking hell.
Then you get like Eddie, JBL, Cena.
And Miz. See, this is where it starts to get
going
real muddy.
Maybe around 2004 then.
Yeah, so it gets real muddy around there. And like, see, I've done things, and we've only really focused on world titles. But I looked back on, I tried to figure out one time what the lineage of the tag titles are in WWE.
Yeah, like which
ones did and everything.
Which is the one that Deuce and Domino?
Yeah.
Is that the for some reason SmackDown, because they were on SmackDown?
Yeah, but
like,
remember
I don't know.
One time the SmackDown champions were drafted to Raw, and the Raw champions were drafted, and they just swapped titles.
Well, I don't think the tag titles mean anything anymore.
They don't mean jack shit.
Like, when was the last time they meant something for you? Maybe it was when it was like Kevin and Sammy, they won it, and that was pretty cool. But like,
that was cool, but I don't think the titles meant anything.
Yeah, it like the last time it meant something.
Like what meant something there is that Kevin and Sammy were main eventing.
Yeah,
it wasn't a main event.
You'd have to go back to the Attitude Era probably when they actually meant something. 'Cause it was a cool looking belt.
Yeah,
like New Age Outlaws and
like realistically, the last time it probably meant something was during the Dudley buys Hardy's Edge and Christian feud.
That's what I'm saying. The Attitude Era.
Yeah.
And like even before that, the like new generation, it didn't really mean
that there either.
But before that, it did.
It did, yeah. When you had
Demolition and fucking Heart Foundation.
Like,
so they've been non-relevant for more than that they've been relevant.
Yeah.
But like people still love tag team wrestling.
Tag team wrestling is so.
It's a gimmick
great.
match.
It is. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah. I suppose it is.
It's different rules, different. You know what I mean?
If it's a gimmick match, it's the greatest gimmick match ever invented.
Yeah, but we kind of had this.
I know we did the
conversation.
gimmick match thing. I don't think we really included.
I included the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble was the greatest gimmick.
I kind of thought about it differently. I went with like career type things or mass type things where there's something at stake. But the Rumble kind of fits into that. But yeah, like tag wrestling. Like, do you think the AEW tag titles mean something? I think they do. And I don't think they mean as much as like a world title.
I think they could have meant a lot more. I think
that's meant a lot more.
Like in my opinion, like a tag title should
be able to main event
WrestleMania.
Yeah,
which it did recently enough.
Night one doesn't count.
No, but like still, even night one, like I think tag titles should, like the women's tag titles. They're getting a bit better with it now, but that was cursed from the start. Like.
Yeah. Well, when Sasha and Naomi were like, "Fuck you, Vince."
Yeah. But like they should, they're world titles.
Yeah.
They should be the tag, the women's, the men's. And the women's and men's of the tag.
Yeah.
Should be like treated with such high reverence.
Yeah. Like the AEW tag titles.
But in that, you have the women's tag titles, 2 men's tag titles. So that's 6 titles there. And then you have men's and women's, so that's under 4 titles. So that's 10 titles.
If they just
for spots that should be, that's 10 people that occupy spots that should be designed for 4.
Yeah, like you look at the men's tag titles in WWE, and like their tag division isn't super deep.
It could be. You have so many fucking people.
That's what I mean. If you merged the titles, now you go from having 2 tag divisions of 4 teams to 1 tag division of 8 teams, and it. You know, again, then less people are holding the titles, so the titles mean more. The less people who have stuff, like I said earlier,
imagine the Creed brothers, right? The Creed brothers,
yeah.
Imagine them. Remember those guys?
Who did they injure before Mania last year? Was it
Phoenix?
No, because he replaced
Ray.
Yes,
was Ray. Yeah. Well, imagine the Creed brothers, right? And they're like, first story, they're on Raw. And said the Usos are the tag champions. But they're going up against Motor City Machine Guns on SmackDown. And the Creed brothers are just starting back and they're like, oh, we have the Viking Raiders, we have Judgment Day, or whatever fucking tag team, Cell Lucha Bros, whatever. We have all them to contend with. How are we
going to get to those
titles? We have to make ourselves undeniable. We have to go outside and prove ourselves.
Beat everybody.
Yeah. Go down to NXT. Win matches. Go to TNA. Beat everybody. Make ourselves undeniable. What a cool fucking story.
And then grab the mics and say, we've beaten fucking everyone. Give us a shot at those world titles.
Well, you have one more obstacle in the way. The last champions you have to go up against.
Yeah.
And then they beat them. And then they're like, all right, it's us and Usos now.
Like, and the crowd would so get behind that. They'd be like, I can't wait for that match now.
Yeah. They're trying to get to SmackDown. You can't get to SmackDown. You're Raw exclusive. You're not allowed on SmackDown. You can go to TNA. You can go to NXT.
You're beating everyone.
Yeah.
And then there's the thing of like, those guys they're fucking champions in waiting.
Yeah.
And they're been denied a title shot. Give them a fucking title shot.
And then, like, you have to have Aldis and, like, Pierce sit down and have a meeting. And Aldis is like, I think Pretty Deadly should be the...
They're to your brand. Fuck you.
Yeah, I think the Creed. So you create that animosity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How are we going to solve this? We have to sit down in a little war room and solve...
And negotiate the terms of this match.
Yeah, well, if you want this person...
Then my guy gets a shot at your Intercontinental title.
No, not well, like at the women's.
Women's
you know what I mean. Like Naomi Naomi goes up against the women's world champion. Yeah. I can't agree to that. Well, if you want the Creed brothers to go for the tag titles, well then we need to negotiate here.
So much you could do,
and then therefore, Money in the Bank can kind of become a bit of a wild card in that. The Royal Rumble, the Elimination Chamber. Like if the winner of the Royal Rumble is a Raw superstar. The Elimination Chamber is SmackDown.
Oh,
no, but that makes sense. No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would. Well, no, not
because you don't have one world champion,
one title. Yeah.
Okay, so that would make sense.
But
Yeah.
And the AEW tag titles, when they were kind of first introduced, it felt like there's going to be pay-per-views where that's the headliner because the Bucks, whatever.
Well, the Elimination Chamber could be the challenger for the champion at WrestleMania. So you go, Seth Rollins wins the Royal Rumble. All right. The Elimination Chamber goes to SmackDown. And whoever wins the match at WrestleMania, their first opponent for Backlash
is the Elimination
Chamber winner.
You're constantly setting up new challengers for
and you're coming up with creative ways to get across brands.
Yeah.
And then the Money in the Bank is a wild card. I'm picking 4 of my best. You're picking 4 of your best.
I would scrap brands anyway. Personally, I don't think they're necessary.
I like them because it will allow space for other people to develop.
I get that as well. Now, what I would
do, I think AEW should have the one overarching thing. They should, because they have way too many fucking championships.
Way too many titles.
But
I couldn't believe it when they introduced the national championship. It's like, what?
You just got rid of a title,
and then they split the continental, and the unified thing is gone. I'm like, what are you doing?
And then you have Ring of Honor and the Ring of Honor trio champ. But have Collision as the trios fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then
see. What I would do there is, right...
Or don't even announce it as a brand split, but just kind of do it then.
This is what I'm saying, right?
Every time you turn on Collision, it's like when you turned on Nitro, you're going to see cruiserweights.
And because I feel like they've kind of done that, but what they needed to do was, right, so you have your top guy, right, MJF. He shows up on both. This is the way I would do brand split, soft brand split, not announced type thing. But Kyle Fletcher's your TV champion. I would have him wrestle on Collision every week. And Ricochet's your national champion. I'd have him wrestle on Dynamite every week.
Yeah, but you have the TNT title.
That's what I'm talking about. There's too many titles, but I'm saying you pare that down, and you have your couple of TV style titles. Fletcher's over on one brand, or Briscoe's over on the other brand, or Ricochet. You know what I mean? Kind of split them up, and then I'd have the top guy on both, and I'd have a cast of characters going, right, you're working Saturdays, you're working Wednesdays, and we'll kind of review that in 6 months. If you're doing really well over here, we'll swap you over here.
Or you can still come on to Dynamite and cut a promo for your match that's going to be on Collision.
Yeah. And I would do it like that, whereas I know, a lot of my favourite wrestlers are showing up mostly on Collision. I'm going to watch Collision this week, and I get my Briscoe match on Collision, or, whatever. But you kind of have, the wrestlers know I'm travelling Saturdays and I'm travelling Wednesdays for the foreseeable future.
I don't give a fuck about logistics from a travel point of view. No, I just mean from a television presentation.
Yeah, but I know as I'm watching Collision, this is generally the cast of characters who show up in Collision.
I in the Attitude Era, the European title felt important. The women's title didn't
for
really
about a week.
I liked it though. When D'Lo had it, I remember then when Angle and Jericho and Benoit were all going
that was
for
cool.
it. Eddie had it. The Intercontinental title
the European title
felt important.
Kind of got started real hot with Davey Boy, and then Shawn Michaels pissed all over it.
Yeah. Well, Shawn Michaels was the first champ. He bet Davey Boy.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Was that the first one?
Yeah.
And then
Triple H, he gave it to Triple H.
The
hardcore title, I thought was fucking, even though it wasn't an important title.
It was fun title.
It was a fun title that made sense for it.
Today,
you look at TNA, the X Division Championship was...
the X Division title for years was so great.
But then, the Knockouts Championship felt important.
Yeah.
The fucking World title felt important because everyone wanted it off fucking Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But these titles felt important. Then they brought in, the Legends title, and then they changed the name of the title to the Global title.
Do you know
or whatever?
if you look at, and this is a title that, it's kind of been restored slightly this year in terms of relevance, but hasn't felt important for years. But if you look at the early lineage of the Ring of Honor title, that was such a great, important feeling title for a long time. Now, late 2010s into 2020s, essentially a nothing title, no relevance or prestige. I thought Bandito has done a good job of restoring it, but it has a very definitive ceiling now because it kind of feels like an NXT world title. It's your, not quite, but basically a developmental title in some ways, or it's viewed that way. Even though Bandito's had a brilliant run,
it's such a shame though. Titles should your world title should never feel like that.
No,
Even NXT, ECW World Champion felt lesser in 2006.
In kayfabe.
Yeah, then it would have, like, ECW World Champion in 99 was like ECW World motherfucking Champion. Ring of Honor World Champion in 06 was a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
The Ring of Honor World title shouldn't feel like a developmental title.
No. Like
even the NXT title was like, it almost felt like a third World Championship, but now it doesn't.
No,
and
it doesn't,
that was like the NXT 2.0 thing. I think that fucked that.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
the
But
NWA
there was a
title, I
time
know
there-
Shane Douglas buried it, but like for years, man. That didn't mean fucking anything. Then Cody restored it, and now it doesn't mean anything.
No, sure, who's the champion now?
Bram?
Can't remember.
No. But like Cody made that, and Aldis.
And the two of them, they did
Nick
tremendous
Aldis, to be
work.
fair.
They did tremendous work. That
But Nick Aldis, even
documentary, the whole lot.
before Cody won it, like for Cody to win that title and it to mean
had to
something,
build it up.
Yeah, Nick Aldis had to put in a lot of fucking work for it.
And what they did so well with that first All In, and not the AEW All In, well, they own it now, but when it was kind of like the indie Ring of Honor, blah, 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 they produced an unbelievable documentary on the NWA title in the build up to that Aldis Cody match. Why it was important. I showed footage of Aldis defending it on indies.
That's the crux of it. Make your titles important. Don't dilute them by creating other titles to tell your fucking stories, which you should be creative enough to tell without a world title.
Yeah.
There should be clear motivations of everyone.
Yeah.
Not everyone's motivation in the Premier League is to win the Premier League. It could be to sustain yourself or whatever, but everyone has different motivations on the card. Your motivation 1 month could be, I want to prove myself and I want to win a title. Or your motivation could be, I want to kick the fuck out of that guy.
Yeah, that guy's...
He cost me that chance at that title. Or he did something personal to me.
Yeah.
But everyone's motivations should be clear and defined.
Yeah.
And you have a very easy MacGuffin with your titles, but you dilute it. You don't make them as important.
It's the
motivation,
dilution.
the motivations don't register with the fans because it seems so frivolous.
Like, look at Cody's recent reign. Like, who did he defend against? He defended against Drew several times, and Bronson Reed on a SmackDown one time that ended in a non-finish.
But you look at the FA. You like I keep going to fucking
Sports in general.
Sports, but like look at the FA Cup and how like prestigious that was, and then they created a new super tournament, and they did, like I know the European Cup was there, but like the money that they pumped into the Champions League and stuff, it kind of just it took away the importance of the FA Cup.
Here's a good one for you, right? Imagine, like, and you look at the lineages of the world title and all that now. Imagine FIFA decided to turn around and nuke the lineage and importance of the World Cup. Like, I think it could lead to legit civil war.
We're going to have the Universe Cup.
Yeah. We're going to introduce the Universe Cup, and they'll continue the lineage of the World Cup. And then we'll introduce another thing that we're going to call the World Cup, but it won't actually be the World Cup because the Universe Cup is the World Cup. Yeah. That's essentially what they did with the WWE title. And also, it'd be like what they did with the New Japan title a few years ago was like, we're going to do the World Cup in 2026, but the winners of that one are actually going to be the first ever winners of the World Cup. Like, that's what they did. I'm like, motherfuckers, like, I know the whole history of it. Like, why are we starting again? And like, so you can imagine.
It sounds like something Trump would do.
It's like totally like mind-blowingly illogical.
We're going to create the biggest World Cup.
It's going to be
the greatest World Cup.
We're going to call it the
Really
Universe
big.
World Cup.
I know.
But like, that's the
Brazil, who are they? Not as good as the States.
But like, that's what the WWE did with the Universal title. Is we're going to call it the Universal title, but we're going to reintroduce the World Cup. But the lineage of the current World Cup is going to follow with the
There
Universal.
need to be more
World
cups in wrestling. That's what we're trying to say. The Heritage Cup.
Is that the one MLW run, the Heritage Cup?
No, NXT.
No, so there's... Oh, no.
I like cups in wrestling. I like cups and trophies.
There should be more cups.
I like the Dynamite Diamond Ring.
As a cup supplier, more cups. NC Sports.
Session Martina just won a big fucking trophy
Big
for
massive
Eve.
fuck off cup, like.
It's not even a cup, it's an apple.
Deadly.
It's been beaten out because Eve, Adam and Eve.
Well, I need to check what the... this is... We've never spoken about
Remember
this.
the Dusty tournament?
The Dusty
The big
Invitation.
Dusty... Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Easy storytelling. The Fabulous Moolah one, not so much. You can't mention her anymore.
There's this cup that MLW run now, right? I can't remember the name of it. Opera Cup. It's the Opera Cup, right?
Right.
Look, they're promoting it as like the biggest cup. This has a cup that lineage goes back to 1910, blah, 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 right? And I'm like, this is fucking badass, right? And Mystico has won it twice in a row. First guy to ever win it twice in a row. Like a 100-year lineage. But if you actually look at the lineage, it's like some famous dude won it in like 1910. And then it wasn't run again until like 1950, and like Stu Hart won it.
Nice.
And then I don't think it was run again, and MLW started running it in
We're taking it.
Like 2017. So like now Mystico's winning. They're like, the cup that was held by Jim Landis and Stu Hart. And like the thing was like defunct for 50 years.
Only once.
Twice.
There's a cool premise. Someone was explaining to me, Charlie Sterling. He's in like a tag team with a guy, right? And they represent like England in the tag team. Well, let me go check it out. And they're like the champions, but the match type is like the first to 10 slams.
Sick.
Like it's completely like a different style. Let me go check it out.
They're like kind of taking some.
There's different types of rules for the actual match. So it's not a pinfall. You have to get 10 slams or something like that, and then you win. You win the fucking belt, or you're the champion of the belt. And the lads come out, right? It's called slam ball.
Slam ball.
Yeah. It's kind of like football because everyone's representing like their countries and stuff. But look, there they are with the cup, look. Slam ball champions. If you can see that.
The cup is a football.
Yeah, I know, but it's called slam ball.
Tell him to give me a
They're
ring.
called the franchise.
Tell him to give me a ring. I'll get me a better cup than that.
Yeah, but I like, all right, that's kind of cool. Slam ball wrestling. Like,
I like that idea though.
Yeah. What are the? I can't find anything like slam ball match. 2 5-minute halves. Points are scored every time you hit a body slam.
Sensational.
That's like, all right, that's a cool fight. There's like red cards and shit in it.
Sensational. Sensational. I love it.
I love, was it the Process title in progress?
Yeah.
Where like the owner of the belt got to decide the stipulation of the belt. So if you were like just a submission-based wrestler,
every match, submission match.
But and like when you lose that belt, you lose on your own terms.
Yeah.
Like that's the
you've been beaten at your own game.
Yeah, exactly. And then that person goes, I'm a fucking hardcore guy now. It's a hardcore title.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking wrestle hard. This guy's deadly at hardcore.
Yeah, and then when he loses,
but like,
he lost on his own terms.
What did you think? Because I've had this kind of argument with, not argument, but two people whose opinions I respect. Which is no, I respect your opinion, but I haven't got your opinion yet. I respect Dunphy's opinion on wrestling, except he said Dunphy said to me the other night, I don't like the wrestling matches part anymore. He actually said that.
When?
And, in our other group on...
You're in another group?
Yeah, it's the old one that me and Dunphy started. The
Who else is in this group?
Alan Maher.
He won't come on the podcast.
No, Matthew Root, he won't come on it. Michael Verney from the Irish Independent.
Get him on it. He's a journalist. He does podcasts.
Yeah, but he only likes WWE.
So I like WWE.
Fuck that guy.
We'll have a chat about it. So many people have reached out.
He would actually come on.
So many people reached out.
We actually had a lady reach out.
A lady reached out.
But the stipulation is we're not allowed to come down to my dungeon.
Come down to our professional recording studio.
Yeah.
It is like
it is. Look around.
People don't actually realize it's not an actual. It is.
It's
underground,
studio.
But like it's a studio.
It's not a dungeon.
No,
we just call it a dungeon.
We don't dress it up either.
No,
really.
we might do that sometime. Yeah. We might do that. So we keep. Well, we've been saying that for nearly 2 years.
Yeah.
And Dunphy said to me like, "Yeah, I don't think I really like the wrestling match part anymore." And he said this to me. Do you know what I was doing at the time?
Watching wrestling.
I was watching Kobashi versus Stan Hansen.
I was on the treadmill watching Gordy and Stan Hansen.
Oh, yeah.
And the match, like, they were just punching each other.
Yes.
And, like, Gordy's arm, he kept getting punched in the arm, and, like, he keeps hitting him with his arm. So his arm is sore. And he's, like, selling the arm. Yeah. And then Dr. Death comes out and wraps tape around his arm.
Yes!
And then he's still sore. And then Dr. Death throws him an elbow pad, and he puts it on, and he's like, I'm going to lariat Stan Hansen. And he lariat Stan Hansen.
Fucking unbelievable.
Class.
I love that shit.
Actually, loads of people were asking from the last podcast, we put up a clip and it was Terry Gordy and Dick Murdoch.
Yeah.
And they're asking, where can I watch that match? So I sent on
YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
You can find like
Everything
so
on
much
YouTube.
great shit on YouTube.
Wrestling belts need to be more prestigious.
Yes. And introduce more cups and buy them off me.
Yeah, and rings. Do you do rings?
Yeah. I can get you a ring if you need a ring.
And
glass.
and crowns for King of the Rings.
Get crowns. Glass. Do you want glass? I can get loads of glass.
Can you get blue crystal?
An all guy.
His name is WW. Walter White Entertainment. It's been a Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. It's been a fun.
For something that I had no ideas about beforehand.
Yeah, we had some ideas.
We did it again.
Yeah,
we
always do.
bluffed our way to a full podcast.
But that's the thing. Like the first time you were going to come down, you had like notes and shit, and I'm like, yeah, I get why you want to be prepared, but also I just want to chat with my friend about wrestling and see where it goes.
But see, we didn't know each other that well at the time.
Well, we have like a loose narrative and go, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Wrestling titles.
I did so much research that first time I came down. Because when me and Dumph used to do that other dead shit podcast.
Oh, that podcast's so dead.
Like, so dead. Dead as disco, that is. Dead as disco Inferno.
Yeah.
Who's still
He's
alive.
not. Glenn Gilberti.
Is still alive.
Why do we know? We were after the National Stadium show, we were back in two of the lads' houses, me and Dunphy, because we were going to Belfast the next day.
Wrestler friends.
Yeah, wrestler friends. And we were watching the 2000 Royal Rumble, and we were sitting there with the boys. And
these lads are younger than us, I'd say.
Yeah. We were sitting there, and lads love the wrestling. They're wrestlers. And me and Dunphy were like, his real name is, and his real name is, and his real name is, and they were like, why do you know the real name of every wrestler? So I was like, well, that's what our fandom was when growing up.
Yeah.
I like Glenn Jacobs, born in Spain, became Kane.
If you could find out, like back in those days, if you could find out some non-kayfabe shit, man, that was fucking juicy info.
Shit.
That was juicy info. When I found out that Steve Austin's real name was Steve Williams,
why
like,
do we know?
What the
Why
fuck?
is Shawn Michaels called Sean Hickenbottom?
Sean Hickenbottom. The Steve Williams one blew my mind because it was
why do I know
another
Disco
wrestler called
Inferno's
Steve Williams.
fucking name? Glenn
That's one
Gilberti.
person whose name we should never have heard. Real name.
God.
That guy has a podcast.
He does.
And actually,
Conan. Is it with Conan?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, Conan like has messaged the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show X accounts.
Hey, bro. Do you listen to my podcast?
Check out my podcast.
Yeah. He doesn't even say check it out. He says, he always asks us, do you listen to my podcast?
Why is Conan messaging us?
No, Conan, we don't.
I don't, no.
We certainly don't. And we were above Glenn Gilberti's podcast last week, 49.
Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever. Yeah. That's it. I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm gonna go watch Man United fucking lose and get knocked out of the shitty FA Cup because no one gives a fuck about the FA Cup.
Well, we might at 6 o'clock today if Man United win.
Yeah, it could be the most prestigious cup in all of soccer.
Yeah, restore the prestige of the FA Cup.
Restore the prestige of Manchester United. This has been the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. Please like, subscribe, comment, getting a few chats with us.
Yeah, like comments.
Yeah, we do. We like having a bit of fun. He's going to reply. You're going to be back with All Elite Morrow soon.
Soon, because we don't know when this has been
Total
released.
Extreme Morrow, you're having a blast with it.
I'm having so much fun.
The 12 people watching are having a blast
They're
with
all
it.
having a great time. They're all having a
Go
great time.
check it out. It's a great game.
It's a great game, and see, like,
You need to be having more meltdowns, man.
Okay, I'll try and manufacture some.
No, don't
meltdowns.
manufacture it. But like, what I'm trying to say is, I want it to go wrong for you because it's going well.
When it goes wrong, it's so funny.
It's brilliant.
Like the Raven Creed, or
that's
the Martina injury. That was just amazing. Like,
we're going to restore this, and by we mean
Matthew.
Matthew, thanks for editing the podcast. Thanks for restoring this. He's going to do a cool video on it. I think we'll put it up on the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show as we continue to drive into 2026 and come up with fucking content ideas. I'm still writing bizarres.
yeah.
In the background,
I'm waiting responses for my idea of a.
he wants us to
thematic
watch
series.
more wrestling and review it.
No, that's not. That's not what I say.
I don't have time to be
That's
watching.
not what I say.
Fucking shit wrestling.
I want to do a thematically linked series throughout 2026.
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I. It sounds good though.
Yeah, well, come up with it. Fucking ring it
It's
down.
a
and come
content
up with it.
strategy.
Come up with it. Pitch it to me.
Can anyone come up with a thematically linked once a month podcast that we do? You know, we do 3 of our regular these ones, and then 1 every month that would be thematically linked so that at the end of 2026,
We can do an added one. We can do 5.
I do 5.
5 a month.
I do 5. I do fucking 5.
Yeah. But no, we need... I don't understand what a thematically linked podcast
Can someone in the comments explain to Shane in better words than me?
What does that mean?
Thematically
linked. The history. Like, it just sounds like it's going to be a history of thing. Plus, when are we doing our fucking kayfabe fucking 80s thing?
Shh.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry. Kayfabe. There's been a Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. Like, subscribe, comment, ring that bell. Apparently people aren't getting notified that a new episode is up. Perk Angle said it to us.
He's not getting notified.
He didn't know it was up, so he's had there hitting the notification
Hit the
bell.
notification.
Hype is up.
Yeah, hype.
Share it about the place. Go, if you have a friend who likes wrestling, go, here, listen to these fuckers and pick your favourite episode or the one that we've made you laugh the most. But thank you anyway. You're the one supporting us. You're the one watching.
Last week's was the best episode.
I came away going, that was the most fun I've had down here.
That was the best episode we ever did.
And we were freezing.
And I was sick.
He was sick, and he made us all sick.
I didn't make anyone sick.
That's because you were kissing us. There's been a Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. I'm the big beefy boy, Shaz Beef. This is my Stay safe, stay sane. Good luck.